Okay, guys. I think I'm with you. I think I'm here. Let's get started here. Let's start it off with a little something here. Should we do this one?
We'll do it live.
We'll do it live.
We'll do it live.
We'll do it live. All right, let's get into this. Just chatting screen here. What do you guys want to talk about this morning? Let's see. Everything's working. Sorry about that. I had a weird OBS issue that took a while to fix. Today we're going to talk about Throne and Liberty, and I think I have it figured out, an actual streaming schedule that I might be able to stick to. The one time every week where I know I'm going to be free is this time on Sunday mornings. early Sunday mornings. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to chat about the upcoming MMOs that I've been covering, starting with Throne and Liberty this week, and I think next week we're going to do PAX Day, and then I don't know, maybe Ashes of Creation, and then the right MMO after that. I don't know, we'll see. Any questions you guys have about Throne and Liberty? What topics would you like to talk about? I have a few different topics I might go through, but if you guys have anything, let me know. Pretty quiet chat so far. We got 18 people total. We have 10 on Twitch, and we have, I assume, 8 on YouTube. A few things we could talk about. First, let's go. Gotta fix something in here again. What's that? Okay. Let's go over to this overlay. Yeah, it looks alright. Everything we know about Throne and Liberty, I know there's a lot of leaks going around, and I know some of this might very soon need a lot of updating. But this is still the place you want to go for official information that we have had from videos and from the developers themselves. This is still going to be the place for now that you're gonna go and find official information. Game is probably gonna be pay to win. No, yeah, I mean, I think absolutely. I'd be shocked if there's not some pay to win. I'm pretty sure just the way they've designed the game, and if you believe any of these leaks, which I'm skeptical of every single leak. I've been sent so many different leaks, and I will say there's a common narrative throughout a lot of the leaks with some things, and I might get into some of that, but I just want to be careful with what I talk about when it comes to leaks. So I can't get too specific, but the way the game is designed, I think there's certainly plenty of chances for integrating pay to win into various systems. Like, for instance, I did a video on soul shots yesterday, and we have no idea, and I have not, in the leaks I've been given, I have not seen anybody talk about soul shots and if they're in the game. But a soul shot system would absolutely be a system where you could aggressively, predatory monetize it. The weight-based inventory, the video I just put out this morning on YouTube, again, you could pay, you could make it very restrictive to where if you don't pay for new weight capacity, you know, they could make it to where that's something you could pay with in-game currency, or not, well, in-game currency, but it could be in-game currency and then you buy in-game currency with real money, or it could be any other things. Any idea for delay? My view is there's been nothing official yet on a delay, but I'll just say if we don't get information soon about this MMO in terms of a launch date, in terms of some marketing, then we're probably going to delay. I would say, man, in the next 2 weeks, if we don't get some kind of marketing push or some new information from the devs themselves, from Amazon specifically, it's got to delay, I would say, at that point. But for now, the only official word is it's still first half of 2023. I would say the chance is very high My view, here's my best guess, and not official, but my best guess is we might get a beta in May. I don't know if it'll be public or closed, but there was a very, very sketchy source, extremely sketchy source that said Amazon has some servers that are going to be, I think it was like 38 servers in late April they're going to be setting up. We don't know what they're for, we don't know if it's even real, but 38 servers would suggest to me with a 5,000, you know, cap on the servers, as I show here, which again, that was from one of the interviews and translations. We don't even know for sure if that's a 3,000 to 5,000, but it did come from the developers. So 38 servers with a 5,000 cap does not let that many people play, so it could be a limited beta maybe in May. Again, speculation. And then maybe June, maybe they do more of a public open beta. I'm trying to navigate around the launch at D4 in some way. And then maybe in July or August we see the launch. Maybe July we get, you know, a final open beta where they let more people in, and then late July, early August is the actual launch. It's kind of where I'm leaning right now. Open beta in August. Yeah, I mean, it could be. It could be. Open beta August, and then September, October launch. Yeah. Well, it's just gonna matter. It's just gonna depend on how quickly they get around to doing the marketing push, because it takes time to do a marketing push. You can't just market a game of this scale like in 1 week. I don't think, anyways. But that's my view. What else do we want to talk about? I have a few other things. Let's go back to the chatting screen here. Only 11 people on YouTube watching. Yeah. Well, I am restreaming to a few other places, but let's see. Let's see how many are watching on. Yeah, 11 on YouTube. That's about right. That's about what I've been getting when I stream. I don't stream a lot, so people are not used to it, I think, but 18 total. We could try to talk a little bit about, let me switch back over here. We'll talk a little bit about this. Now, has this really only gotten 12 views? It seems unlikely. I'm skeptical of every single leak that's coming out, right? Every single one. However, I've seen some common refrains, narratives in a lot of the leaks, in terms of almost every leak that I have seen has said autoplay exists. Now, are they just going to this, or are they going to the other leaks that were posted on Reddit, on the MMORPG subreddit, or on the Throne of Liberty subreddit, and just copy pasting and changing the wording a little bit? That could be. But all the leaks I've seen say autoplay, auto run exist. And I've had several leaks sent to me directly, which I'm not sharing. And the other, what's the other one? Oh, combat, static combat. You have to stand still to cast your abilities, which both of those things I am not very happy about. Will they be a deal breaker for me? Potentially. I have to get in and actually play it and see. Is it real? I have no idea. Yeah, I plan to, Zigga, when we actually have Throne and Liberty to play. I will be streaming it for sure. Most people don't want to tune into a Q&A show about a game that doesn't exist, so that's just the way it is. And I don't blame them. Honestly, I wouldn't tune into it either. But for me, this stream is trying to get my OBS set up and trying to get transitioned into streaming. But for me, I'm always going to be focused more on YouTube videos than streaming. Streaming is never going to be my main thing, at least not for now. Maybe if I get a lot bigger, maybe then I'll do a lot more streaming. But For now, the streaming is just to supplement or complement my YouTube videos is all it's going to be for. And the good thing with YouTube is the streams become VODs on your channel later, so. Okay, so this leak, the tester played as a mage, and the gameplay is good, supposedly. But a lot of leaks I've seen, they said static gameplay in terms of the combat. A lot of root motion when you're casting. A lot of rooting in place when you're casting. Arenas, yeah, I've not seen anything yet on arenas for this game at all. Did they explain what autoplay means? In L2 there's a sort of auto hunt, so it makes sense to be included in TL, right? Yeah, I mean, yeah, most NCSoft games have it, not just L2. All their mobile games have it. First time chat from Stanky as Balls. Any idea if anyone besides Amazonians got in? Any of the big guilds? As far as I know, just Amazonians. I have not heard about guilds. There is one guild. I guess this is kind of public, so I guess I could actually say it. I don't know what's going on with that chat. With my chat on screen, that's weird. But yeah, White all pops in like that. But I'm gonna have to look at that after stream. But there's one guild, I guess it's kind of public, that had a member play. Must have been an Amazon employee and decided they're closing their Throne and Liberty chapter because they did not like the autoplay and the combat. So there was one explanation about autoplay. Let me see if I think I have it pulled up. So if this guy's video, which I did a video about as well, I think it was his, that talked about the autoplay and that it's limited range, right? So you can set it up, but it'll only encompass a specific range. And then basically once all the mobs are killed, is the music too loud? It seems a little loud in my ears. I'm gonna turn it down a little bit. Yeah, it's a range, so once all the mobs are killed, then your character would have to wait for those to respawn, is how he explained it. However, of all the leaks I've been given, that's the only one that I've seen that described it that way. Although there was a couple that said it was kind of limited, but they didn't really specify. What else did I miss? I missed something, right? No, I think I got it. I think I'm caught up. Yeah, I mean, exactly, right? Yeah, exactly, yeah. Stankiest balls, yeah. Excessive to close the chapter just because one guy hated it, yeah. I mean, yeah, wait till the open beta, and then, because everybody has different opinions, especially in the MMO space, right? We all have a lot of different opinions. I got 10 people on YouTube. Just so you guys know, I am using Restream for now to kind of pull people over to my Twitch. Eventually, I'm probably going to stop using Restream and just stream on Twitch. So, in the future, if you want to catch my live streams, you will probably have to jump on Twitch and give me a follow there. Yeah, so Sins talked about it, and it was a limited range. Let me see, can I link this video for you guys real quick? You guys can go watch that if you'd like. And I don't know if I believe, sorry, Sens, but I don't know if I believe any of it that he said, but who knows? With these leaks, it's just so hard to tell, right? I did a video on this as well, things you might not know about TL. This wasn't really leaks. This came out, I believe, before the testing even started. This was some mostly speculation, and a lot of it was based on, you know, what happened in previous Throne and Liberty, or previous NCSoft games, right? So, and a lot of this was already known. We already knew about the day-night cycles and the timing of that, and things like that. yeah. And there's a little summary here. I'll share with you guys as well. Somebody did a summary of it because the Reddit, you know, there's some translation issues. That was the summary of the things you might not know about Throne and Liberty post. Yeah, I don't know why my chat thing is so delayed on my on-screen chat. That is very strange. I've not streamed in a while, so trying to get all that set up. Alright guys, well, I had a little delay getting everything started, so I did not have a chance to go grab some more coffee. So I'm going to take a quick break, go get some more coffee, and we'll come back and talk. I'm at least going to go for an hour today, but I'd like to go for 2 hours. It's scheduled for 2 hours, but I don't know if we're going to have enough to talk about for 2 full hours. Hit me with some questions if you'd like me to go for 2 full hours. Let's go to the Be Right Back, and I'll be right back. All right. Also, guys, I know we're talking about Throne and Liberty today. That's the channel we're streaming in, but if anybody has questions about PAX Day, this game is really interesting to me. And I very recently redid my video, Everything Known video for PAX Day, and it's all on my website as well. And there's a lot here as well. So, you guys would like to check that out, you're welcome to check out PAX Day. I also have the Riot MMO Everything Known here. Now, you know, this thing isn't very much known about it, obviously, yet. And kind of a first thing, I haven't told anybody yet publicly, but I'm working on something huge for Ashes of Creation. I'm working on Everything Known about Ashes of Creation, but that is going to be a massive project because there is a lot of things known about Ashes of Creation. For a game that's still many years out, there's a lot known about it. So, any questions about any of those things, feel free to ask those as well. Let me pose some questions to you guys to maybe get the chat going a little bit. What upcoming MMO are you most interested in? I would assume most of you are most interested in Throne and Liberty. I think I could pull that up. I think I have a let's go to my community. Go to my poll I did. Yeah. 39% of people that watch my channel, we had 245 votes, so these are, and these are mostly going to be my most loyal viewers probably that get shown this poll. 39% of people were interested in Throne and Liberty. I think a lot of people have not even heard about PAX Day yet, and maybe that's why that one's so low, but I think more of you guys, if you learn about, yeah, I'll do that. I'll go through the system requirements leaks. So I think most people that follow my channel follow me for Throne and Liberty, with Ashes of Creation a close second. Games seem to move away from tab target after playing certain games. Don't know if I can go back to it. Yeah, I'm kind of that way. I mean, I don't mind tab because I've played it for so long. One thing about tab is you can have a bigger class kit and the skills can be more in depth in terms of what they do, in terms of procs and things like that. However, I do kind of like Guild Wars 2 where they made it a hybrid to where, yeah, it's tab, but you can free cast your skills, you can move while casting, there's tons of mobility. That would be kind of my preference, is Guild Wars 2 style combat. That's, and Ashes of Creation, when I look at their combat, I think that's what they're going for. Yeah, I'm all in on TL still, even with some of the negative. I would say like a lot of the leaks that I've seen have been, you know, a negative tone to a lot of them. But I'm reserving my judgment until I actually play the game, because I don't know what to believe with any of these leaks, you know. Here's the system requirements. We'll talk about that. Very exciting subject, system requirements. The minimum requirement was a 1060. Recommended was a 1660 video card. 16 gigs of RAM recommended. 60 gigs of disk space. I guess for a lot of MMOs, that's about right these days. I think a 1060 was going to struggle mightily. You guys all know this, that a minimum requirement is, if at all possible, you want to avoid. You want to at least be recommended, if not better, right? I mean, if you want to have a halfway decent gaming experience, right? Where'd this screenshot come from? It's a pretty cool screenshot. Is that so? Here's a thing that I've seen in a lot of the leaks, that there's, you know, the pets. We've talked about pets briefly. We see them, a lot of pets, right? And I guess the pets are for looting, apparently, according to some of the leaks I've seen. I don't know. So everybody has a pet that is looting for them, or in various other things. Heals the player, potentially. I saw that as well. So that's exciting. What do you think for Night's Cruise? Heard of it? And isn't that the one that's like got a lot of blockchain, and they're claiming like 1,000 versus 1,000 player PvP battles and sieges. They make a lot of big claims, but I'll check it out for sure when it gets closer. Isn't that one supposed to relaunch here pretty soon as well? I don't know. I'm skeptical of Night Crows because of like, I think it had like NFTs in it and things like that, but. What time is it? Let's see here. We've only got 30 minutes done so far. I don't know. I don't think we're making it to 2 hours today, boys. I don't think we have enough to talk about for 2 hours with this game. Let's see if there's been any new Throne and Liberty videos posted by chance. You guys can see my search history there. Mine is the latest. Ginger Prime has one. We could watch the Ginger Prime video, I guess. Yeah, I think the mobile stuff is BS personally. I think it's a PC first game and you can stream to mobile. Maybe they've made some accommodations for mobile, but I still think Throne of Liberty is going to be a pretty good MMO, despite the skepticism. And I get the skepticism, right? But I think people are sometimes judge things too harshly before we've even seen the product. You know, at least let's see the product first, right? Before we jump to some conclusions on it, right? What games are you guys playing right now? I honestly haven't been playing. I was playing ESO for a while, and I need to get back on there. Playing it for the guild mostly, but I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of ESO. I did play Dragonflight for a while. First time I played retail WoW in like 10 years. And I'll be honest, I did kind of enjoy it. I mean, surprisingly. But I don't know. I am burnt out on theme park MMOs. Ready for something different. I've played too many theme park MMOs over the years. Timothy on YouTube was playing EVE Online, but now I'm playing small games like Cosmoteer, Jurassic World, EVO 2. I'm playing leading game. A lot of us are. A lot of us are, for sure. I got a lot of people on YouTube, and just like I've said before, the main stream is at Twitch, twitch.tv/RiveGenesis, and eventually I will probably not be streaming to YouTube and Twitch at the same time with Restream, so you'll probably have to jump on Twitter or on Twitch and follow me there. So I should make a Restream or a Nightbot for that, but I'll just type it out. Guild Wars 2 is GOAT. I love Guild Wars 2. I played a lot of Guild Wars 2 back in the day. I still play it every once in a while. Alright guys, I'm going to take a quick break. I'm going to mess with this chat thing while I'm taking a break here. And if you have any questions, post them in chat and I'll get to them after the break. 1 second. Let's go to break. Well, I don't know what's going on with that chat thing. I'll figure it out after the stream. Yeah, Guild Wars 2, I played a lot of Guild Wars 2. I like the combat. I really do. I think it has one of the better combat systems. I would say combat-wise, what I would say, I would go... Thanks. Thank you for the follow. Rebellions. Are you from the... That name familiar, sounds familiar from the Discord. Yeah, I'd say combat-wise, how I'd rank it. Uchikanos, hello. Common chatter on my videos on YouTube. I would rank Guild Wars 2 #1 in terms of MMO combat. That's me, yep. I think Terra... I think, honestly, Wildstar I'd put above Terra. And then I'd go Terra. And then I'm not sure after that, man. Like... I would say, you know, I don't know. Those are my top 3. I don't know. It's hard to rank after that. I did do a video a long time ago where I ranked them out, and but my ranking was probably different, but that's what I would say right now, right? Yeah, there's a lot of horizontal progression. Yeah, it's a very casual MMO, and, you know, when I was younger, I was a very hardcore MMO player, but it's a little harder now to be hardcore, although I would love to have a game that I could go hardcore on, that I enjoyed enough to go hardcore on. So I'm hoping one of these upcoming MMOs is that MMO, right? Throne in Liberty. I'll be honest, I'm skeptical it's going to be Throne in Liberty, but I'm trying to remain optimistic and hopeful. But, you know, I get the feeling, just like we've seen with Bless Online, just like we've seen with, well, I guess the Lost Ark was kind of that way for some people. I just get the feeling it's going to be a 2 to 3 month MMO. New World was definitely that way for a lot of people. They played it for a few months and then they were done. So it was for me. Although I did go back a few times here and there, but man, there's just so many issues with that one. I get that feeling with Throne and Liberty, that, you know, I'm going to play it for a few months and then realize it's not for me, because it's so hard to stay invested in an MMO that just has got major issues to invest all your time into it. So for me, that's where I'm at. Obviously, if you followed my channel for a while, I have 100 videos in my Ashes of Creation playlist. I think I have like 160 videos total, so Ashes of Creation is definitely, for me, my most anticipated upcoming MMO. However, PAX Day is right there behind it right now. Yeah, New World's half product, yeah. Riot MMO for me, we just don't know enough yet. I think in terms of, you know, a theme park that maybe might have a modern combat system, kind of like maybe WildStar, except doesn't cater only to hardcores and is a complete game. It's not buggy and has a modern action combat system. I think Riot MMO could also be that game for me. Even though, like I said, I'm burnt out a little bit on theme parks, and I think it's going to probably be a theme park. But it's on my radar for sure. That's why I've done the video on the Riot MMO. I've done several videos on the Riot MMO. PAX Day, like a medieval arc made by hopefully non-scummy devs. Yeah, Quinfall looks good. I would agree that Quinfall looks good. I'm a little skeptical. I did a video on that. Not very many people watched that video, so it might be worth it for me to pull that up and let you guys. I hate watching my own videos, I'll be honest. But let's just watch that one real quick. I think it's a fairly short video. Let me pull it up here. That'll be something we can do to keep going on. Who followed? Somebody followed. Vujken. Oh, thanks for the follow. Thank you. And yes, I will eventually, and I've said this, I know I've said this a few times, you guys are probably tired of me repeating it, but I will stake his ball is falling on Twitch as well. I will be streaming exclusively on Twitch eventually. I am considering streaming on Kick. And I am restreaming. I am a subscriber to Restream. It's kind of expensive, but I'm currently streaming on Kick, I believe. Let me even, I haven't even looked. Let me see if I'm even streaming on Kick. I should be. I'm supposed to be. I hope I am. Yeah, I don't have the title right at all, but streaming to 0 people on Kick. You can go follow me on Kick if you'd like. While I'm in here, let me fix that title here. That was my little Diablo stream that got 0 viewers. I had no viewers for that stream. Nobody's interested in Diablo 4 on my channel. I did a poll on that, and people aren't too interested in old Diablo 4. And I'll be honest, I'm not the biggest ARPG fan in general. But I'll probably play it. It just depends on what's. If Throne of Liberty is playable in any capacity, I will not be playing. Will not be playing. Diablo. I'll play it later or something. Uh-oh. What's going here? Updating my Kick here. Do they have Throne and Liberty category? I don't think they have a Throne and Liberty category. I have 2 viewers on Kick now. They don't have a Throne and Liberty? They do not. Do they have PAX Day? Do they have Ashes of Creation? They do not. I guess we'll leave it on Diablo 4. We'll just put it on World of Warcraft. How about that? There we go. The concern will be about VRAM usage in future gaming, which was made in UE5 because high texture and character deals use a lot of VRAM. Thanks for the follow, Sin's Quince. More than half of the gaming population gonna play games on low settings. Yeah. Yeah. UE5, man. It looks like it's gonna take a strong machine, you would think, right? Just, I know they say it's supposed to be not overly aggressive on your system, but... Made a post on Reddit about riding on animals. Okay. Is it on the Throne and Liberty Reddit? I'd be close to not. Pikes Day, yeah. The alpha version? Yep, absolutely. Alpha version of Amazon, or of Throne and Liberty, yes. I agree. Sometimes I feel like Amazon has a bunch of kids learning how to, yep. Yeah. You could buy soul shots from a vendor in Aeon, yep. They were in Aeon as well. The word could be amazing. Yeah, they fixed a lot of things for sure. She made it in you. Okay. Let me go find your thing and I'll pull that up. Is it on the Throne and Liberty? Subreddit? Last two wallpapers on official web clearly want to show something on that. Okay, we'll go check out the wallpapers. Reckon most of the UE5 updates will open up the optimization for most MMOs. Yeah. They'll continue to optimize it more and more, and that's the nice thing about having a developed engine. They handle a lot of that for you. Looking at the Reddits, I don't see any posts. I don't see any posts that would be about that. What Reddit did you post it on? Anis ANISZ. You need to post on Reddit about riding on animals. I want to know your opinion on that. You don't see it. I'm looking at new. Gaming in future will be a luxury. I think you can link stuff. I don't think I have links turned off. You could try to link it to me because I'm not finding it. Or a message on my Discord or something. Send me a link on Discord if it doesn't work in chat, if it blocks it. Do I have Discord? I think I have Discord. There's my Discord. You could jump on there and send me a message. Players can carry other players. Yeah, I saw something about that in the Are you talking about... Okay, are you talking about this post? Let me pull this up here. We talked about this a little bit earlier. I think this was in this post, wasn't it? Let me see here. Carry. Let's see. Is it this post? Oh, what did I just get? What happened? Somebody followed. Is this... Oh, that's, no, I don't have any new follows. Is this your post? ANIS? KLM, life skilling is always so trash. In Korean MMOs, next to nothing about TNL, something tells me it cannot possibly be as bad as the previous. Well, you gotta think at some point, maybe some of these developers would learn from previous mistakes. My biggest concern with this game is that they're not soliciting feedback at all from the community. They're just gonna throw the game out there without any feedback first. Because I think, you know, if combat is static, as people are saying, there's not enough time to change that before launch. That's what we're gonna get. And even though the feedback that they're going to get is going to be negative on that, I don't think you can just change something that big this close to launch. Post name is player can carry other players. Alright, let me hop back over here and see if I can find it. In the Throne and Liberty subreddit? Players can carry other players. No? What subreddit is it on? Actually, AGS is competent about the communication, but will NCSoft actually do anything about it? Probably not. Yeah, agreed. NCSoft is not open to player feedback from what I have seen. They're just going to do the game the way they want to do it. AGS does listen some. I mean, they've made a lot of changes to New World over the years and improvements, so I think they do actually listen, but I just don't think NCSoft listens to the players, unfortunately. Not convinced NCSoft is really that concerned about PLB. Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm with you. I think they're focused on the Eastern markets because those players have a different perception and are okay with some of the things that are being thrown at them constantly. So yeah, yep. I mean, I still have some hope for TL, but I just see so many different ways that it could fail. 2-week-old post. Okay, so I gotta scroll down further. Oh, okay, I found it. Okay, I found it. Yeah. Alright, let's pull this up. Where's it? Okay, here we are. We got something to talk about now. How come no one's talking about this amazing feature? If they add that player who is on mount can attack while the other one transform controls animal, that would be amazing. Okay. Should I open this? Where did players can transform animal in the game? Okay, so this is from one of the interviews. We concentrated on 2 points when designing different worlds of Throne and Liberty at each level. To begin, we tried to connect every world seamlessly, and we sought to allow players to maximize the spatial use by allowing them to fill every space three-dimensionally. To that end, it was required reduce teleportation and enable users to move from one space to another at a rapid speed regardless of height. We thought animals are the answer, so we allowed players to transform into a land, water, or flying animal. Yep, well, so far everything stuff we know. For successful exploration of some regions in the game, they have to utilize the animal's ability to move. In addition, players can carry other players once they transform into an animal. I remember seeing this post, and yeah, that must have been something I missed. It looks official. It looks like this is from, because this is one of the developers, one of the main developers. I wonder if that's like, because I imagine that wolf mount can't carry another player, but maybe there is group, wolf transform, not mount. But I wonder if there's like group transforms, like you have group mounts in other MMOs. Maybe there's transforms that, and we know, for instance, the siege golems can carry other players. That one with the flat base, we know that one can, so we've already seen that, but I have not seen any footage of the carrying players. Yeah, if soul shots make it in some clown. Yep. I hope they don't. I hope at least they're not, you know, a double, you know, 2x increase to your combat power. That would be potentially very bad. With more details, TL's coming so much hype. Yep, it seems that way. And I guess it's kind of what my view was going in. You know, when I first decided to make a TL Everything Known video, I was like, I put off on doing it for so long because I just have that feeling, man, that it's not going to be a game that has long-term success. I hope it does. So I feel like a lot of the work I've done could end up being a waste of time. But I saw an opportunity as a YouTuber. I saw an opportunity to provide, you know, detailed information to players that wasn't out there. There was a couple Everything Known videos, and I thought, you know, Ebenhart was one of the ones that did one, and I talk with him occasionally. Good guy. No offense to him, but I thought, you know, I can do better than that. So I went out and made that document and made the video. And, you know, Throne and Liberty has been good for the growth of my channel because I just saw an opportunity. No one was covering it, and I know why no one's covering it because people are skeptical, and I'm still skeptical of it. Look, 10 seconds in is the soul shot. Okay, we'll look at that. Let's finish going through your thing here. Let's look at this. Oh, okay, so there's a player on. Oh, okay, so I said wolf mounts, you know. So this is the March 23 wallpaper. And there's a player on a wolf. So wolf mounts potentially could carry one player. That's interesting. Hadn't seen that before. Yeah, that's interesting. That's something I did not know about. So yeah, I would say that. Oh, that's cool. Let's see. 10 seconds, it's soul shot. Let's look at this. This is the GeForce preview. So okay, so you're saying this, yeah, because Soul Shot like gave you like an animation on your abilities, like an extra animation in Lineage 2. So without Soul Shot, you know, it might be not have that purple glow. I could see that. I could see that. Everyone does seem to forget that. Give me silent vein does increase the launch experience. Yeah, no, I'm good with them keeping it quiet as long, but the lack of getting feedback to improve the game, I think that's a mistake, because if they have static combat, you know, and if they have autoplay, they could have got feedback that says, hey, we probably shouldn't have that, right? They have all the opportunities to make it have longevity. Yeah, I mean, we haven't had a big AAA MMO launch in quite a while. You had New World, but obviously flopped. Lost Ark kind of flopped. And prior to that, there really was nothing for a long time, right? So check other link. Yep, we checked that. Soul Shot is real and it's ready in trailer. Okay, yeah, we just looked at that. Static combat is main killer for me. Yeah. I mean, I don't mind tab target, but let us move while casting. And I get that there's a trade-off in PvP that, you know, that could make it harder for melee, but what you do is just you slow the player down while they're casting, and the melee doesn't get slowed down while they're using abilities as much, maybe. I mean, you have to balance it in that way, right? When will Rive develop his own game? I need a lot more money. Or somebody to fund me. So Very expensive to make an MMO, that's for sure. I think the average, I mean, I think you need at least 45 million to make like a triple MMO, and that's cutting it very tight. It's officially delayed, not yet, but probably will be. That's my view anyways. Well, it's tab target. The leaks are saying that there's a lot of rooting in place when you cast abilities, which is a negative for, I think, the majority of people. Yeah, finding good devs. Yep, that we've seen. Ashes of Creation has struggled to hire people. I mean, to get enough people. And yeah, New World. A lot of those main lead developers had never developed an MMO, and a lot of them didn't even play MMOs that much. There was a video, that YouTuber that does like failure of a game stuff, and did one on New World, and he went pretty deep into the leadership team of New World, and a lot of them didn't have much experience with MMOs at all, and that's clearly not going to work. It's pretty obvious that's not going to work, right? Got 13 on YouTube, I believe, right now. Yeah, a lot of. I'm eventually going to be streaming on Twitch exclusively, so you will need to jump over there and follow me if you'd like to keep up with what I am streaming in the future, because eventually I'm going to stop using Restream. New World messed up the moment they decided to stick to their engine. Yeah. And that's like a big thing, and I've talked about this in a few videos, man. It's like with Unreal Engine, there's no reason, in my opinion, to develop your own engine. I think they use like CryEngine or something, and they heavily modified it. But that's the same with ESO, man. They used, you know, they had some engine that they started with, but they heavily modified it. So it is essentially like a new engine. And I think ZeniMax is making that mistake again, because I did a video on the potentially new ZeniMax MMO, which seems pretty likely to be worked on. And in that video, I went through a ton of job postings, and it's looking like they're making another new engine for this next MMO they're working on. And it's like, why? Why do that? Yeah, that Lumberyard for Amazon, it's a terrible engine. It just didn't work very good. And it's the same with ESO, man. Like, the engine just can't handle a lot of players on screen. Amazon and ESO have had that problem. Now, Unreal Engine's also had that problem in the past. I think to make Unreal Engine work with an MMO, you have to do custom networking code in the back end, and that's what Ashes of Creation's been doing. I did play Ashes of Creation Alpha 1, streamed it on Twitch, and that was when I was really, really small and got 0 views, but you know, that game in Alpha 1 was extremely limited and, you know, wasn't much of a game, but it did handle a lot of players on screen pretty dang well. And that's because of their custom back-end networking. Yep, Unreal is the way to go. There's no reason to do anything except Unreal. That's my view. Now, PAX Day has said for their engine, what they're doing is they are kind of sharding out, or it's like, so they're gonna have one big server with 20,000 people is what they're claiming, right? Or that's their goal. But each little section of land is a different UE5 server. So they're still using the UE5 networking, but they're segmenting out these servers. So one server might have, I don't know, 100 Unreal Engine servers that you're just jumping between as you move between zones. Interesting to see how that plays out. YouTube, Devonte O'Banion. I heard the weapons scale like Elden Ring. How true do we know that to be? Well, it's a class. It's not. You don't choose a class. You choose a weapon, and that becomes your class. And I'm sure there's leveling involved with each weapon, right? Now, the weapon scaling in terms of your attributes, I don't know that we really know any official information on that yet. There's been a lot of speculation and potential leaks. All right, 1 second. I'm going to take a quick break, and we'll get back at it after that. Okay, I hadn't looked at, somebody said to look at the wallpaper. I hadn't looked at this April wallpaper yet. Looks good. And we looked at the March one, right? Yeah, we already looked at the March one. Here's the March one. I mean, aesthetically, this game looks amazing. Like the graphics, the art style. Like, there's no issues there. But you know, Korean MMOs typically do have very good art and graphics, and it's just a matter of the other stuff. We'll have to see. Trying to remain optimistic, but I mean, I've seen a lot of negative reviews this weekend. I don't know what to believe with that stuff. For me, if the combat is static, that's tough. I can't say I'm a huge fan of that. I'll have to play it, I guess, and see. If there's autoplay, if it's limited, I guess I might be okay with it. Rather it not be there, but I'm not gonna go too much longer today because I feel like I'm running out of things to talk about, and I don't want to waste your time or my time, and try to get to the gym here in a little bit as well. So try to do 10 to 15 more minutes here. If you guys have any final questions, now's the time to get them in. Any final thoughts? Like I said, go check out my website. Make sure you're checking out. Make sure you're following me on Twitch to be able to follow my live streams in the future. Here before too long, I'm going to stop using RESTREAM and just stream on Twitch, most likely. Potentially Kick, but I don't know. I think probably Twitch. Future videos, I guess I'm working on. Maybe I could talk about that. I did a top 10 open world PvP MMOs video, and I'm doing now a top 5 instanced PvP MMOs. So the ones that I felt had the best kind of arenas. Do you know where the alpha servers are located? NA East, West, Central. No clue. No clue. Yeah, I have not seen anybody mention anything on that. I imagine, like, since it's a pretty limited test, they probably just have one region. Maybe Central, or maybe East. Because I don't think they need a lot of servers and regions for the amount of people that I assume were invited. I assume there's not a lot of people that were invited, but who knows? Yeah, so videos I'm working on, that instance PvP top 5. You know, on YouTube, unfortunately, these top 5, top 10 lists, I don't know, people watch them. I'll be honest, I don't particularly enjoy doing them that much, but sometimes you have to throw some things at the algorithm. And that top 10 open world PvP MMOs video constantly gets a steady stream of views. It doesn't get a lot of views, but it's evergreen content, you know, that continues to get you views months and even years down the line. So gotta do it. Fortunately, that's just kind of the way it is, man. I'm done with TL videos for a while. I'm not gonna do any more on these leaks. I'm done until we get official information, and I'm gonna start working on that Ashes of Creation Everything Known video once I get the top 5 instance PvP video done. Now, if there are any Ashes of Creation fans in here, I would like to enlist your help with something. I'm gonna paste this in the chat. You guys will have to join my Discord to see this. I've tried to get some help with this from a few people, but see if I can paste this whole thing in here. Character limit reached. Thank you for the follow. GW Gamer J. Is that Guild Wars Gamer J? Thank you for the follow. Nice! I have all these channel rewards things. I haven't been showing you guys these, but here you go. Here's one.
What are you waiting for?
Just
Do it!
do it!
Just
Yeah.
do it! Yes, you can!
Okay. What I would like, if there's any like big Ashes of Creation fans in here, I want people to go through this script and help me out. Make sure it's accurate. It's a very long script. It's gonna be like an hour and a half long video, if not longer. So it's gonna be brutal. And people don't watch Ashes of Creation videos anymore, so that's the link to the script. Check that out. Let's see, that I might not have that shared actually. No, it's published. Okay, so you guys will be able to see that. What I'd like for you guys to do is go through that. Sorry for the white screen, probably waking some people up right now. Go through this, read through it, and see if there's anything that's inaccurate. I used the wiki. I've done 100 videos on Ashes of Creation, done some in-depth videos, so I know this game pretty dang well. That's Shia LaBeouf. Yep. LaBeouf. I don't know how you say his name. Here's one for you. This is a very old one. I'm getting wild. Yeah, that's an old one. If I lose, this is what I do. Yep. Yeah, I mean, I heavily utilize the wiki. I know this game pretty well. I mean, like I said, I've done 100 videos, some in-depth videos, and I definitely know the game pretty well as it stands. However, I would like people to go through this, double check, make sure I didn't get anything wrong. There's a lot of things I need to do with trying to make it flow together better, but I don't know if I'll be able to do it very well. I have a feeling this video, I've already put like over 40 hours into this script, and by the time I get this all the way done, it's going to be an insane amount of time. So basically the goal of this video is, you know, Lazy Peon has his videos which are outstanding for Ashes of Creation, but he doesn't get too in-depth into details. My thing with this is going to be going into all the details, everything known, and it's gonna be long. It's gonna be probably an hour and 45 minutes. And now I know I probably should break it out into a series. However, every time I've done a series, it just doesn't do well. And I think if you make it a single video, I think people are gonna have to go to it multiple times to watch the whole thing, and the view count, in theory, should go up a lot because of that. And I think, you know, right now, Ashes of Creation, let me jump over the chat thing. Well, I pull up this Google Trends. We could look at that. That'll be something, you know, to look at. Not very exciting for a lot of people, but we could look at that. We got the Google Trends for Ashes of Creation, and maybe compare it to the other ones. So, let's see here. Let's do like the last 3 years. Any news about TL Beta? Nope, nothing yet. Any news in PAX Day and Quinfall? PAX Day, I did a video, I think it dropped last night, or yesterday it dropped midday, I think. Something like that. Actually, it was in the morning. I've done a lot of videos recently. Hello, Chris Games. PAX Day, they're doing a building FAQ on their Discord, probably towards the end of the month. Very exciting. Hope we get some news next week. Yep. I think we're gonna get news very soon. I'd imagine. I would not be shocked if it's next week. And if we don't get news, I'll say this. I think there's probably like 80-90% chance we get news in the next 2 weeks. That's not based on anything. That's just based Don't happen to do a regular Guild Wars World vs. World drive, do you? Nope, I don't. I used to do World vs. World all the time, but I don't anymore. I could show you guys that. Kind of getting off on a lot of tangents here, but what was that? So I was in a guild called Unlimited, and we were in the Titan Alliance. And when the game came out, yeah, it's called Titan Alliance. When the game came out, the Titan Alliance won every like World versus World matchup we had, until some of the guilds fell apart. So at the start of the game, we were the #1 alliance in World versus World for like the first 3 months, and we kind of dominated, and people got bored of the domination, and everybody left. And to be honest, it's the World versus World, man. Like Guild Wars 2 has good combat and everything, but they have also the same issue with the engine and not being able to have a lot of players on the screen, and the players wouldn't be on screen, but they'd be hitting you, and it's like, yeah, a lot of issues, and the issues with the AoE cap. I hate the AoE cap. The downstate is kind of stupid in open world PvP, kind of stupid in general. The lack of a Trinity DFL is just not good design, and the actual map, the World vs. World map's just way too small. And it became just a big zerg, and there was no incentive to defend. The incentive to defend wasn't enough. You know, ESO did better with Cyrodiil in terms of the way they designed that map. It's a much bigger map. There's more incentive for defending, but that game has plenty of issues too with their engine. The combat's not as good, in my opinion, as Guild Wars 2. We'll get some news next week. I want MRG to play. Yep. The Quinfall, I haven't seen any news. They post some stuff on their Twitter about, art and things like that. E-news about TL, we talked about that. There's Mad World, but not good RPG. That weight inventory, same as Black Desert. Jeez, yep. Check out my YouTube. Yep. What was I going to talk about? I forgot what was I going to talk about. Oh, we're going to look at Google Trends. Let's go over to Google Trends. Ashes of Creation. Past 3 years. So it's just, if you do the past 12 months, we're definitely in a lull for Ashes of Creations. All my Ashes of Creation videos just stopped getting views. That's part of the reason I've been doing a lot of Throne and Liberty videos, because people actually have some interest in Throne and Liberty right now, compared to Throne and Liberty. And at least, we had that big spike. What caused that spike in February? Did they put anything out in February? They did, didn't they? They put out... I forget what they put out in February. Weight system where you can't put your excess items on your mount. Yeah. Yeah, because there's no mounts, but maybe the animal transforms will have inventory? I don't think they will, because, it's like your player, right? It's not a separate entity. But, Throne and Liberty, technically, I guess, is slightly below Ashes in terms of search volume, but for the most part, it's been higher recently. And as we get closer to launch, that'll go up. So, and PAX Day had that little spike, and then it just dropped off to nothing. My PAX Day video is getting no views now. And there's nothing else to talk about with PAX Day, so I'm just holding off there. Yeah, it might, the inventory, yeah, we'll see. It'd be interesting if they integrate that somehow. That'd be interesting. We support you. Thanks. When TL launches, I am pretty sure the channel is going to blow up to some degree. I'm excited about that. Definitely excited about that. And I'll be honest, like, this thing is, yes, I take it serious, and yes, I want the channel to grow, but here's the thing that a lot of people don't understand. There's so many people jumping into making YouTube videos, streaming. The reality is most people are never going to make it full-time. There's a lot of competition. And so for me, it's You know, I hate to call it a hobby because people think you don't take it serious, because I do take this very serious. However, I understand the reality is this probably is not going to be my full-time job anytime soon. Might never be. It's a goal I'd like to work towards, but 1,000 subs is not the place where you start becoming full-time. You know, I make maybe 30 bucks a month right now on YouTube ads, so you got to get a lot bigger, a lot bigger. And there's huge competition, and in the MMO space there's just less viewership than other gaming genres, so it's pretty hard. Someday it'd be great if I could get there, but there's a long ways to go, and I'm not stressing if I don't get there. I have other income streams, so I'm fine. It's kind of nice to have a hobby that gives you some money, even though it's a small amount, right? About in Steam, any news free to play? Any Steam news? I mean, there's always some new free to play stuff popping up on Steam. What time do we got here? Yeah, I think I'm pretty close to ending the stream here. I'm starting to drop viewers because we've ran out of things to talk about. Just some final closing thoughts here. I am streaming on Twitch eventually, exclusively in the future, so you'll need to jump over there and follow me on Twitch. And what else? I'm going to try to do this stream weekly. Next week, we're going to do PAX Day. Probably won't get very many viewers for that. Probably won't get a lot of viewers for that, but that's fine. Now, if there's some TL news, we might do TL again. It'll be depending on the news this week, but I think we're going to do PAX Day Q&A show next week. We're only going to shoot for an hour, maybe even just a half hour on that one, because I just don't know if we'll get a lot of people in here, and it might not be enough to talk about for a whole 2-hour show. And even with Throne and Liberty, with more to talk about, we only got hour and a half in, looks like. So, but definitely I'm excited about PAX Day. It's right up there with the other MMOs I'm interested in. I really like the direction they're going with that project. So next week, same time as this one, Sunday morning. If you check my schedule on Twitch, I will have it there. So I will put it on my schedule, wherever my schedule is. Where's my schedule? Isn't that just /schedule? Yeah. I'll put it on the schedule sometime this week. For next week. I guess it's already on there. I have it as a recurring thing, because we're going to try to do this weekly, and then once we actually have Throne and Liberty to play, or maybe even PAX Day, if they allow streaming of that alpha, this Q&A show will be converted to a gameplay show. I follow Jay Oddity, and I talk with Jay Oddity. He's a good guy. I like Jay. He's much bigger than me, but he's a very nice guy. He gave me a shout out in his recent video. That was good. I'm a fan. I like Jay. So next week, PAX Day. Unless we have TL stuff to talk about. If they do some announcements or something, and we might just switch it to a TL again. But that's the plan there. And I think that's it for announcements. Join the Discord. Follow me on YouTube, Twitch. Follow my Twitter. And with that, guys, is there anybody you're interested in going and raiding? We have 11 people on Twitch. Jump over to Twitch if you'd like to be a part of the raid. I gotta look and see who is streaming right now that I could raid. I might do Austin Games. He's a Ashes of Creation kind of OG content creator that started before I did. Jay is streaming. I could do Jay. Jay's already got a lot of viewers. I kind of like to raid people that have, you know, are trying to get going, you know, because it's very, very hard. No delays. I hope so. I hope so. Yep, I do like Jay. I do like Jay. All right, we're gonna raid Mr. Austin Games. Make sure I get it spelled right here. Austin Games. Currently has 3 viewers. So, jump on Twitch. I'm gonna give you guys a second to jump over to Twitch if you're on YouTube or any of the other platforms I'm streaming on before I hit the raid. BDO, yeah, you know what? I was talking about the combat, right? BDO combat needs to be up there. So I have Guild Wars 2 first, which is probably controversial for some people in terms of combat. I actually have WildStar second. I really think WildStar like did action combat the best. And then what did I have third? I had Terra. I think I would swap out BDO in third place in terms of combat and then go Terra. And then fifth, I would probably put World of Warcraft just because I think in terms of like the old tab target style, they've had so much time to refine it. And I think they did pretty good with it. So we got one more person jumped over. Let's try to get a couple more people to jump over to Twitch before I hit the raid button. Yeah, Terra is gone, unfortunately. Unfortunately. And so is WildStar. If I had to do existing games, obviously we'd have to take those 2 out, but I'm taking all-time MMOs. Well, it looks like that's all we're going to get to jump over to Twitch, so I'm going to go ahead and start this raid. And guys, I appreciate you guys tuning in for this stream. And like I said, this is the only time every week that I have an opportunity to actually stream, that I can guarantee that I will be able to stream and stick to a schedule. So this is, for now, the only time I'm going to stream routinely, but we'll do some more. Starting the raid now. Thanks for watching. We got 9, we got 10. We got them all. We got 10 people. We're going to go hit that raid now.